So today I wanted to talk about the difference between a male orgasm and a female orgasm. And we're talking about male, female in terms of energy. So it's not necessarily how men experience orgasms and how women experience orgasms. It's more the male energy version of an orgasm and the female energy version of an orgasm. So what are they? What are the differences? And how can we experience both? Because as human beings, we all have masculine energy and feminine energy inside our body. And if you're doing any kind of healing work, then one of the objectives of the healing work is to balance the male and feminine energy inside of us. So we know that masculine energy, male energy in sexuality is fire energy, and the feminine energy in sexuality is more the water. So that's just the elements that we can connect to the different energies so that we can get some kind of understanding of what these energies are. So masculine energy is very fire and it's very outgoing. If you look at the male genitalia, it's outside of the body and it grows and gets bigger and then, goes into a place. So it's very driven energy. It's very active, very dominant. It can be aggressive sometimes. Fire can be aggressive. It can also help us cook our food, but it can burn our house down. So fire energy is good. It depends how much. It depends how you use it. But that's how we kind of look at the male sexual energy. The female sexual energy is more water, like I said, and, our genitals, the female genitals are internal, they're inside, they're very passive. We need to relax and let go in order for the opening to open up and for the male energy to come inside of us. So they're very different energetically, and we need to look at them I think in a different way than what we used to. So male orgasm, I think it's easier for me to explain it in women, and then we'll move to the men. So in a woman, there can be a masculine orgasm or a feminine orgasm. The masculine orgasm is usually gonna occur from stimulation on the clitoris, because the clitoris is like a little penis, basically. Before the chromosomes sorted themselves out in the womb, we had this little thing, and if you're a female, then it becomes the clitoris, and if it's the male, it grows into the penis. So the clitoris is a little penis, basically. If we experience stimulation from the clitoris, it's going to be more masculine energy. If we clench our vagina during sex, especially while experiencing clitoral stimulation, the sexual energy is moving out of the body, and we can experience female ejaculation there, which is also a male energy orgasm, because the energy is going out of the body. And when we clench our vagina, it's kind of like we're pushing it out of the body. So it's more similar to the masculine sexual energy. The female orgasm would be from penetration, not from the clitoris, and it would be from the opening of the vagina from the inside, and then and relaxing the whole area. And then instead of the energy being pushed out of the body, it can go up through the body, through the 7 chakras, all the way to the crown and connect us to the divine energy of life. So masculine orgasm is going out of the body, and then we're also wasting sexual energy, which is life energy and prana, chi. It's fine, but we're wasting it. We're allowed to waste it. It won't do anything bad to us, but, if we're slowly ejaculating all of our life energy outside of our body, there's going to be an effect on our body and on our health. I think that's kind of obvious. Female version of an orgasm is a way of transmuting the sexual energy. Instead of wasting it and ejecting it outside of our body, it's about transmuting it from sexual energy back to life energy, and then bringing it up and up and up and up. And that's the female orgasm. And it feels different than the masculine, you know, the masculine orgasm. Most of the times, women will feel even more stimulated sexually after they have an internal orgasm. We can call it internal orgasm or external orgasm. The external is the male, the masculine, and the internal is the feminine, the female orgasm. If we have an internal orgasm and it reached our crown, basically at that moment, our entire body is full of sexual energy and we're connected to God. That kind of orgasm can last half an hour, you know, it depends, but it can last a very long time. It's just like one ongoing orgasm because our body is just filled with sexual energy and it's just going up and up and up and up. Once the energy comes back down, it's kind of like we're in the same position where we started the sexual interaction and our body's full of sexual energy, which is why we can go on and on and on and on and on, and this can happen again and again and again and again. We don't necessarily want it to happen again and again. Maybe once is enough, maybe twice. I don't know. I think it's different every time. But that's the difference between internal orgasm is to infinity and beyond. The external orgasm is, you know, it happens, it's fun, it feels amazing for a few moments, and then it's over. And then maybe we feel tired and lonely and exhausted because we've let out so much energy from our body. Now, this is the same for men and women. Men can experience internal orgasms. They can experience feminine, female energy orgasms. They can. They've just never been taught how to do that. And women have been taught how to orgasm like men. So most of us are having these external orgasms, wasting so much of our sexual energy, getting weaker, getting sicker, getting more depressed, getting more lonely, getting more sad. I mean, this is cultivating all our negative energies and our negative emotions. Because if you think about it, if we keep the sexual energy, the life force energy inside of us, that's the energy that's going to face and transmute all the negative energies later on. But if we are wasting that on just immediate gratifications and losing all our life force and life energy inside, like our emotional immune system is weak and it's not going to be able to perform and to protect us. And that will later on also affect our physical immune system. And we're just going to get sicker and more depressed as time goes by. And every time we have another orgasm, we're just wasting and abusing that system and wasting that energy and, you know, getting weaker basically. So men and women in general, we can all learn how to experience internal orgasms and transmute the sexual energy back into life energy that fills all of our body and connects us to the divine. And if we experience those kind of orgasms, we're going to have more life energy, we're going to feel better, our immune system is going to be stronger, we're going to be whole as human beings because we'll have that connection between the earth and the sky and the heavens. Because that, you know, that's what connects us. And the first chakra and the seventh chakra, the first one is the survival and the earth and, you know, everything to do with the physical reality, and the seventh chakra has everything to do with the divine spiritual reality, and we're kind of in between. You know, we're kind of a rod or a tube or a conductor of energy between the earth and the heavens. So when we bring into that place the sexual energy, the life force, I mean, it's gonna help us in so many ways in our life. It's so much more fun, it lasts longer, it's healthier for your body, it's healthier for your emotional system, your nervous system. I think, like, if I'm a little bit into conspiracy theories, I think that the Western modern world doesn't want us to know these things because they want to keep us weak and desperate and sad and scared. But and that's why we have all these sexual experiences. That's why they're so powerful. That's why porn is everywhere. They want you to ejaculate as many times as you can and to just let go of your life force, your sexual energy, which is life force. And they want you to do it willingly so you don't blame anyone for it, but it does keep you weak in the end. So the secrets of Tantra, one of the biggest secrets that I learned and practice is experiencing internal orgasms. Whether I'm by myself or with a man, the orgasms, the energy is going up, it's not going out. Once in a full moon, literally usually during the full moon, I will have more of a masculine orgasm and release a lot of sexual energy. It can also happen during our menstrual days, you know, the period days, but in general, up, not down. And it becomes a practice, it becomes a regular thing eventually, and then looking at sex where all of the attention and focus is about ejaculating this life force, to me just seems so silly and weird and scary, because, you know, experiencing internal orgasms is something that we should all know and be taught from childhood, from whenever we become sexual beings. And maybe for the next generations that will happen. For my generation, indigo children, 80s, 90s kids, it's definitely something that we were not taught, but it's something that I think our generation is open enough to hear about and to listen and to maybe try it. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. All orgasms are good, but we're not talking about good or bad. We're talking about how can I be the most healthiest, happiest, satisfied, present, loving version of myself. And internal orgasms can definitely help us with that thing, you know, with that journey. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And thanks for listening. And if it was interesting, you're more than welcome to subscribe and to like, and I'll upload more videos on this topic in the near future. So I'll see you soon, and thank you for listening. And good luck with your orgasms.